telephone calls using those dialing, the rotary dialers that we had to dial the numbers and then call the individuals. Sometimes we had to call PP numbers. पहले call करो फिर wait for them to come and join the call. From that to today, as we are addressing each other face to face in this live conferencing, and we are talking live, we are interacting live, unimaginable few years back is something that has become a day-to-day affair today. Most of us. If I were to say most of us, it would be a understatement, because actually children in school right up to the nursery are today interacting live with their teachers on gadgets in hand, be it a tab or mobile or a laptop. So that is the quantum leap that we have taken in terms of accepting technology, even if it was
It
something
would
that
be
we
a
had to do and because of it being thrust upon us. So either ways, we have gotten into it, we are into it, and it is magical. So when you start getting into it, when you explore the depth of what it can do, is when it turns magical. So we'll go through presentation that I put up where we talk about a few things, reasons why we should get into e-learning and how e-learning can be made more effective. Not comprehensive, of course, there is more. At the end of this, we will have a little interaction. We can have Q&As where we could probably get more value being added, or we have a discussion wherein we try to understand certain finer aspects of it. So are we ready for it? If yes, then let's have a in the chat box. If you're ready for it, let's have an S in the chat box, please. I'm making it simple for you. No YES, just a yes.
yes. Can we have some responses in the chat so that Dilip knows that you're with him?
Okay,
You could just
so
put a yes.
is the screen visible?
Yes.
Brilliant. So let's start off with the presentation. So thank you, Hari, once again. And we get going now. So the magic of e-learning. It's understood. It is an accepted fact, and it is something that we cannot escape today. So we get going with the program. So we start with, is the screen visible clearly or is there a black patch on it?
No, no, it is fine.
Okay. So the flow would be, first we will talk about why digital. We already had a part of the discussion. We'll understand the digital universe, understand the various delivery platforms, we'll identify the effectiveness parameters which we have coined as DEAR, because for the success of the e-learning program, it has to be dear to us. We have the platform options that we'll talk about. Content creation according to the platform would be dwelt in detail by the next speaker. Platform demo, and platform demo is something that we will be announcing and giving questions. Right? So by 2026, why digital? Let's understand why digital. By 2026, the global e-learning industry is projected to reach 3.3 trillion US dollars. 3.3 trillion US dollars, and there is no reason why we should not be a part of it. This is by research and markets. Then e-learning can increase student retention rates from 25% to 60%. Contrary to the thought that e-learning is not interesting and there is a dropout, e-learning can actually increase student retention from 25% to 60%, and this again is data by Forbes. Digital learning is the quickest growing market in the industry. with a whopping 900% growth since 2000. Just think of it. Again, by KPMG. Online student enrollment in the US. This is a very important factor. Online student enrollment in the US has increased for 14 years in a row. 14 years in a row, while college enrollments in the US have been continually declining over the last 10 years. Just goes to show the fact how e-learning has found its place. This is going to be the way forward, hybrid, because to accept everything digitally is something that that is going to take some time. It's going to be hybrid, and the way forward is in 2016, 58 million students took 6,850 online courses. Just think of it. Institutions can have a global presence just by putting their courses online. So you don't have to worry about global presence and how do you go about it. It's so easy. Internet makes it easy. Internet of Things and then the LMS based learnings coupled with marketing strategy can put you on the global front. And with the pandemic induced digitization of education being the current norm, online training is here to stay. So digital learning may not entirely replace traditional learning. So therefore, hybrid learning would be the way forward, right? So now let's understand the digital learning universe. Students or the learners form the core. And where do they learn from? Not necessarily from the school alone. They can learn from from their home as well. So school is not necessarily the core now. They can learn from home or anywhere else. There are enough visuals on the television today in the news channel where people are finding innovative ways to get connected. Internet being a little challenge these days in the rural side, which would gradually pick up. Of course, you have a learning tree in some villages where people gather around that tree because the network apparently is better over there. In a place around in the on the banks of river Netravati near Mangalore, you have people going towards the bank of the river because there they have a greater network. But what it goes to say is, despite the challenges, e-learning has caught on. So therefore, the universe, which comprises of the delivery modes, technology around it, this is the outer periphery of it. But the inner periphery and closer to the core is teaching and learning models and how to create that connect. And that is where there is a huge opportunity that exists for people who are from the HR and the learning fraternity. So the digital learning universe comprises of the infrastructure, the delivery options, the content creation tools, and enabling the trainers or the teachers or the tutors. That becomes that much more important. We move further, talk about the options used. So the options that are used can be user based, it could be just computer based training, it could be webinars like these, it could be MOOCs. What is a MOOC? A MOOC is a massive online open course. We just saw that the acceptance of MOOC was huge in 2016 and onwards. It is open to the masses. A web platform allows learning through social interactions, generating open-ended outcomes with a distance learning approach. A little variant of this is the SPOC or this as it is called. It is for specific organizations, organization related learning courses, open courses but specific. And are more of purely for a company for corporate open online courses. So basis the open online courses is the core, and basis the applicability and the usage, it is either a MOOC or a SPOC or a COS. Then you have visual instructor led training, which is part of the hybrid training. MOOC were invented in 2006, but by the first Asian MOOC was developed in 2012. Popularity of online classes is not permanent, but see, 44% of learners who use MOOCs have a postgraduate degree. So, what does it mean? It means all your skill-based programs can go online and they have a market for it. 2025, the global MOOC market size is expected to reach 21.4 billion. If you look for a piece out of it, it would be a large one. Udemy is a MOOC platform. Launched in 2010, it has 30 million students, more than 100,000 courses, and a number of high value business customers, and also into corporate solutions. So, what are the problems that e-learning has solved? Is it has cut costs. One can work from anywhere, anytime, on any device. Students learn at their own pace. Pre-recorded courses, therefore, get shorter. Screen sharing for demonstrative teaching can be done. Learning management at actually no cost. Tackle administrative tasks efficiently and help students develop authentic work. So, when we talk about help students develop authentic work, with artificial intelligence also getting into the play here, a lot of opportunities exist and a lot of change is happening. And therefore, there are corporates who have LMSs which were taken earlier or basic LMSs that have been developed today are somewhere found wanting because the content does not keep pace nor the platform is able to keep pace to the changes that have occurred. Google Classroom, for that matter, a free service teachers have used across India, and I know of a lot of people who've used that effectively to carry on with continuous class trainings for students. So there was a resistance to change. 73% of the students are still unaware of MOOCs. Lack of IT support, we already talked about technology needing to catch up. Lack of quality content, which is another big challenge. Resource and internet connectivity challenges are there. Not as personalized as human interaction, but that is changing with hybrid. Software might not be optimized for mobile devices, was the cause earlier. But today, software is with the SaaS based platforms, they are optimized and they are gadget agnostic. They can be used on any gadget and it adjusts accordingly. Security issues were there, have been taken care of. Yes, the lack of training for teachers or the creators or facilitators of these programs is always there. So, magic. How does magic happen? For a moment, I would stop sharing here. I would just like to understand how does magic happen? If you have been to a magic show and you would have seen the magicians, you see that they are dressed elaborately. There is an elaborateness in everything that they do because the idea is to create a larger than life replica and keep one engaged, attracted, and keep them in the act of what is going on the stage. And that is central to the idea of the magic trick actually appealing to all. Just think about it. The whole, if you had been to a PC Sarkar show or any other show, PC Sarkar is probably the most elaborate of it. But if you had been to other magic shows as well, even the birthday organizations where when birthdays are organized and you have the magician called there, look at the manner in which the magician goes about doing his tricks. Does everything to ensure the attention is kept at the act that is happening and brings out surprises. The central idea of keeping the attention to the stage is of surprise, and that is the magic. And the same magic, yeah, thank you, Divakar. Attire helps to create that environment. So, attire in a magic show is equivalent to the kind of interaction that we build in our e-learning programs. Therefore, to create magic on e-learning is not a very difficult task. But yes, that much attention to detail is required. you have to give attention to the surprise that you can throw up, and more the surprises, more the ways in which you can engage, more the magic that can be created. So I get back to the presentation, the magic of e-learning, and we get back to the point. That is how one creates magic, because you need to ignite, spark the interest of the participant. So then we move on to effective. Therefore, that brings us to the effectiveness parameters. How do I make my e-learning effective enough to create the magic? And we've arrived at 4 parameters which are central to the idea of creating magic in e-learning. One is delivery. And when I talk about delivery, it talks about it covers everything from the source to the resource, the platform that is going to be used for delivery. Engagement is the tools that I am going to use to create the elements of surprise and engage with the participant to keep the interest of the participant throughout the program. Assessment. Now, this assessment is not just to give out a result, but more as to assess the understanding of the program, drive the program in the direction as intended, and therefore build an accountability between the learner and the facilitator. And then one other parameter which is important is reporting. Can I get a report of how I have fared as a learner? And can the facilitator get a report of how the program has fared in terms of retaining interest, or in terms of driving the central idea of the program in the direction that it was intended to? So, this delivery e-learning program as a whole, when all these 4 parameters are incorporated within it, it creates magic for the learner. There are different kinds of trainings, of course, synchronous and asynchronous. What is right now going on is synchronous. Asynchronous is where you're not present live, but you can create a hybrid model where you can mix these two and create magic for the learning. Platforms, there are assembled LMSs, there are featured platforms which are subscription and learner based, featured platforms which are bandwidth and volume based, featured platforms only corporate white labeled, featured platforms which includes feature wise retailing, aggregated model. All of these options are available. We have looked at options where there is an aggregated model with Bloom iLearning as LMS provider. I am a customer success partner with them, and I have put in my experience of training on the field, understanding the challenges of a learner and a facilitator, and created features around which are most central to creating magic in e-learning, and by virtue of that I'm a success partner with them. Featured platform, aggregated model with multi-node solutions, which is my company, as a managed service. Full-blown white labeled featured LMS with customization opt-ins. All of these options that we can help companies, individuals take up and get themselves going digital, and therefore create their own digital stamp if required. So requirements, either if the requirement is for a MOOC or a SPOC or a COOC, uh, all of those can be addressed. So we are going to schedule a demo of the platform and its capabilities, and how these 4 parameters can be used in creating magic while creating e-learning programs. And the same would be announced by the end of the day today, and all those who are interested, I request you all to register so that you can participate and add to the understanding. Content creation has to be according to the platform. It could be only videos with assessments, quizzes, assessments, surveys with videos and content sharing through downloadable documents, webinars, quizzes, interactive videos, all of the above. So our platform, which we've looked at, handles all of the above. So the demo will be scheduled. Please register to show your interest. And so now we come to the Q&A, and I share here. But before we get going with the Q&A, I would like to share one thing, that magic happens only when the facilitator of the magic show is fully there and involved, ensuring that the audience is with him, with her throughout, without blinking. In the sense, complete ownership of the interest of the audience. Therefore, it is up to the facilitator in creating the magic and thereby leaving the audience spellbound and with a wow when the show is over. So that's how e-learning can actually create magic, and we have some great programs that we've learned by creating programs ourselves, and we have created a lot of programs which are just videos. We have created programs which span over a month, over a period of 3 months, and there is a lot of field activity that individuals have to complete and come back to complete the program. So we've experienced, we've experimented, and we've understood, yes, magic is possible. So with that, I conclude my talk for the day. Thank you once again, HSSC and Hariharan, for giving me this opportunity. Uh, it is an ever evolving process, learning. It's a field that is growing on us and growing into the world, and it is something that cannot be escaped because learning will go on. It is perpetual. Technology will catch up, but it is we who can use the technology to facilitate better that can create the magic. So
Wonderful,
any
Dilip.
questions
Thank you
I
so
would be
much.
happy to take.
I think it will be wonderful to take some questions. So you could put it in the chat. You can unmute and speak.
Any questions, anyone?
So there are, see, e-learning and I've been completely fascinated by this whole. I love to talk, So e-learning gives you the opportunity to talk without an audience also. So right, so it's beautiful. I think it's amazing, and shortly we'll run a video of the HSSC LMS programs that we have already created for you. But it would be wonderful to take some questions if anybody. You can quickly put it in the chat, or you can unmute and speak. Anything you want to clarify about e-learning, how you could become an e-learning trainer yourself, and there are immense possibilities out there.
Any method says good takeaways.
Right.
In case you have any questions, later also you can type those questions here in the chat box, or you can also use the WhatsApp group which we have created, and you can type in your queries. We all are there to help you out.
In fact, if you see, it was very well self-explanatory, and specifically the insights which will arrive in future. That is what makes it very clear and create a vision for us. Yes, why do we need to arrive into this space? Because today what happens, if you see, due to this pandemic, or even as a cost, as a corporate, if I'm a corporate, I would not like to spend amount 10,000 rupees on something which I can get it very well in 1,000 or 2,000, and not of a moment. It is a moment which people can continue again and again and again, because I have seen few LMSs and it really helps a lot. Because at one time, if I am attending a session with Dilip sir or Hari, probably if I couldn't understand, I do not have an opportunity to again connect back, right? Or the assessment which I failed, for an example, for the first time, I probably do not get the second chance, right? If it was told, I may forget. But here, it is a great opportunity of a wonderful resistance also. I not need to resist for any of the development. I can very well revisit it again and again and again. And yes, followed by a fantastic, again, a webinar or something like that, which we are having. For example, if we have a one session on LMS, I have understood it. Tomorrow, I want to clarify some of my doubts. Again, I can connect and rehearse about that. So that is what my take is. I got a fantastic insight of like what all are the methodologies which are being used in this space right now. Thank you, Dilip sir. You always give a fantastic insight.
Thank you so much, Dilip.
So we will, I guess we will now move ahead.
Yes.
Before moving ahead, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dilip sir for sharing with us the insights on e-learning